What up? What up? What up? Y'all know what it is. We in the building. Enlightened Ediot Podcast coming to you live each and every Saturday, doing what it is that we do. Trying to enlighten you folks, help you folks. I don't know what we do sometimes, but we still do it. I'm just saying. The rant for this week goes as follows. Ladies, I don't know why y'all keep saying men don't want to be providers anymore. Men want to be providers. Deep down, no matter what they say or what they do, all men want to provide for their lady. But what they don't want to do is feel like they being used. This is the part y'all got to understand. Getting your nails done, that's not part of providing. Getting your hair done, that's not part of providing. Going out to eat multiple times a week, that's not part of providing. Y'all got to understand what providing and protection actually means. When it comes to the protection part, you can't just go outside and wild out, act the monkey, go crazy, and then say, oh, well, you're not protecting me. Why are you putting yourself in situations or creating unnecessary situations to see if he will protect you? It doesn't make sense. Nothing about it does. Y'all got to stop thinking providing and protection means all the craziest and all the super extremes. Dudes ain't trying to die just because you want to argue with another dude just for the hell of it. Nobody wants to die for that. We're in 2026. It's a whole nother world. And providing, come on. Back in the day, all this provider stuff y'all talking about, back in them days, the wife was home cooking, cleaning, knitting, all that type of stuff. That's when providing was happening. Not, oh, well, I'm going to go outside 5 days a week and you just make sure you pay for everything. I'm not going to cook nothing. I don't clean no house. It doesn't work that way. Y'all got to understand what providing and protecting means if that's what you want. And stop looking for dudes that are way below the means that you think they should be at and expect them to be there. It doesn't work that way. Understand what you're asking for. Understand what it costs to get what you're asking for. And you probably get what it is that you're asking for. I'm just saying. What up, son?
What up, little nigga?
It's popping. You ruffled a lot of feathers this week, son.
Apparently, apparently, well, only the bird's feathers was ruffled. So,
Yeah, I was not expecting so much anger and animosity out of that one clip, but oh
hey,
yeah, it went down.
that's how you go viral. That's how you become drink champs and Shay, the club Shay Shay. You say
Uh,
what needs to be said.
this is true. This is true. What's popping, son?
What's happening?
Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights, huh?
Nah, I'm just saying, what's happening? What's happening?
When you come in docile like that, we know it's one of them
Well,
nights.
I can't. It's since Easy is wearing the evil crown. This week, I can fall back a little bit.
Yo,
Heavy is the head. Heavy is the head.
Right, right.
I will say, I will say
You got
that
it tilted. Hey, you got it
Yeah.
tilted.
I was told that what I say, no, the way I say things sound crazy, but
Yeah.
what Easy says sound crazier.
I mean,
Wait a minute.
well, sometimes the unfortunate truth is a lot of people don't like to look at their reality.
This is true. This
Yeah, I
is true.
mean, we social media and all the delusion has made everyone delusional. So when someone points out, "Hey, this is you. This is what you look like in the mirror," a lot of people can't handle that.
Facts.
It just
Facts.
amazes me when I see it.
Yeah.
That's all. It just be like, what? You mad about what? Cool. Be mad, people. I'm just saying.
Be mad.
hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Chill, hold on. You know what time it is, man. Come on, now. All on the table, a cash done match, get outclassed. Who's not typecast for telling fables? The artifacts just kick back, enjoy the panel. With true flies in all sides, get different angles. But grown talk the mission, small talk is missing. Free talk don't always equate to your addition. The difference, no misstep in intellect, delay stress. This podcast a safe bet. Stay enlightened.
So tonight we trying to figure out who told you this was it. It's like we turn 40 and we get in our 40s and we think, oh man, life is over. And then we realize, wait a minute, it's a whole new ball game out here. It's different. What is this? Easy.
Yo,
I'm watching you do your thing, right? When it comes to the music. And would you say it took for you to be in your 40s before your music actually started popping?
no, it didn't. It didn't take that, but when I decided to go back to doing music and taking it seriously again, I was already close to 40. But I think had I continued consistently in my 20s and 30s to make music and pursue it, it would have took off then. I
So a
think
lot of people, I hear people say all the time, 40-year-old rappers should stop rapping.
nah.
How do you feel when you hear people say that?
Who gonna give y'all the real? Who gonna give y'all knowledge? Who gonna drop gems? Who gonna keep the culture like it's not so much gatekeeping, but it's keeping it pure, right? And one of the things that I agree with when people say that is what I think they sometimes mean is if you 40 or if you an old head or you're an uncle, whatever, and you doing hip hop, you rapping, but you trying to be Pooh Shiesty, then yeah, like you are you are way too old and mature to be out here popping shit that an immature, unexperienced 19, 20, 21 year old is doing. If you're doing drill rap, if you still doing crack rap as a I'm the man, I'm glorifying this shit, right? Then yeah, you need to quit, my nigga, because you are creating you're at that point toxic to the culture. If you 40 plus, and it don't matter how long you've been rapping, if you just coming in the game, if you've been in the game for 30 years, you got to be spitting some shit that's more mature content wise, right? Like I use Jeezy for an example because everybody's like, oh, well, Jeezy don't talk about being a drug dealer from the standpoint of I'm out here in these streets. He talks about it now as a former drug dealer, right? What I what I built off of being in the trap, but look where I am now. I'm past that. I'm beyond that. I know better now, so I'm doing better. Push don't talk about being a drug dealer from the perspective of I'm still doing this. He talks about it from a former drug dealer perspective. Here's some lessons I learned along the way, right? Hell, Hove then stopped talking about being a drug dealer and glorifying it. And he's been pushing invest your money, build your wealth. You move them packs, cool. Take that money you made and go flip that shit and make it legit. Get you an Ace of Spades, get you a Rock Nation, get you a S. Dot Carter or whatever the fuck. But if you 40 and you coming in like, yeah, I got them bricks, I got them pounds, I'm making trips up and down the road, and yeah, shut the fuck up. Sit down. We don't want to hear that from you. Let the kids do that.
The other day, I'm having a conversation with somebody, and I was like, hey, man, the T.I. dropping his last album. First thing he said was, 40-year-old rappers shouldn't be rapping. And I said, wait a minute, what you mean by that? And he thought about it as I said that, and he was like, you know what? Let me retract that. Because if this artist drop an album, I'll listen. that artist drop an album, I'll listen. If this artist, so I think it's one of those situations where it depends on who you are, as you said, as a rapper, and what you're speaking on. As the if, in your 40s, you still should still be rapping.
Yeah,
And we all know music evolves constantly.
constantly.
Every 3 years, the music changes. If we're being honest, right? But that don't mean you have to change as a person.
No.
But just because you didn't change as a person, don't mean you didn't get older, you didn't get wiser, you didn't get smarter. You can't say something a little bit better, like you said, given knowledge that a lot of people in their 40s might not do. And I think people look at dudes that stay on the block till they 65 and they ain't really saying nothing. So they like, oh, ain't no rapper gonna say nothing either.
Yeah. And that's the hard thing about being a rapper at this age is a lot of times there's an expectation, right? Like I had a show last night and I'm not the oldest person there, but I'm probably in the top 3 age-wise in terms of artists that hit the stage last night. And one of the coolest things that happened to me was the crowd had a bunch of kids, like young kids, like 12, 13, 14 year olds in the crowd with their parents, right? And I kicked the show off. I opened up the show. These two little boys is like 12 and 13 years old, vibing with everything. They're like bobbing their head to the music. So like, and y'all heard my music. Y'all know I'm a old school hip hop head, right? When I see these kids at this age, that they listening to the shit that these young boys putting out, and we know that. But when I see them vibing the way they vibing, and then they come up to me afterwards and was like, "Can we get a picture?" I gave them T-shirts, but I was like, "If you doing this shit right, if I'd have been up there talking about going on a drill and circling back and spinning the block and shooting some shit up and let me go pick up these keys off the boat, them kids would have been like, this old ass nigga up here talking about." So you have to know your place in the industry. It's like you at your job, right? You've been there for 30 years. Some new technology or some new methods or some shit is gonna come out in your industry that you have to learn. But the system that has been working for the past 30 years ain't going away. So your job is to help bridge the gap between the old and the new. But you're not gonna start all the way over and go back to doing shit the way that this new method is. The new method is just a different way of doing it. You have a tried and true way of doing it that can be adjusted, that could be improved, but you're not gonna just stop doing it the way you do it because they got a new system and these fresh out of college kids is coming in and like they learn how to do it this way. Because guess what happens when their method fails? Mr. Raw, can you help me with this? Mr. Hectic, can you help me with this? Right? And you're like, oh boy, you doing this shit the hard way. Turn that shit that way or push this button or whatever. Use this filter instead, right? And like, oh, they didn't teach us how to do it that way in college. So like let the kids have their fun. But if you still in this game, you're an elder now, right? And the elders is here to teach, to guide, to give knowledge, but that don't mean the elders gotta quit.
That's a fact. What say you, Hectic, in your profession, if you will? Um, do you see yourself as the elder statesman? Do you carry yourself as the elder statesman? And I ain't talking about your, how you say it, vanilla job.
I was talking about
I
your
don't
job.
know what you're referring to. I don't know why he be acting funny. Anywho, yeah, I would say I'm in the elder statesman. Um, I came in prior to the OnlyFans wave. So yeah, I consider myself one of the OGs. I mean, a lot of the young dudes in the game definitely look up to me and hit me up for advice and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I never thought you know I would be in that position, I guess, because I kind of just did whatever I wanted to do. So, but the thing that you you know, never realizes that there's people that's watching you without saying anything.
Facts.
You know, they taking notes and they saying, okay, is this person a stand-up person? Okay, let me ask, you know, like I had a situation where someone tried to cancel me, as you may, and people came out of the woodworks like, him? Nah. You mess with him, then you gonna have to answer over this way. So to have that kind of experience made me feel like, you know, I did everything I was supposed to do correctly, you know. Sometimes, unfortunately, doing everything correctly, you know, it doesn't always feel the best because you'll see people that take the shortcuts and take, you know, do the, you know, the shiesty stuff, and then you see them what appears to be progressing. You know, one of the oldest stories that we heard as a kid, the tortoise or the hare. You could be the hare, you could run 100 miles per hour, but hey, slow and steady, steady and smooth.
Yep.
You know, I will get there, and I'll probably catch up and pass you. I'll have definitely more longevity. You know, so there's that.
When you crossed that 40 mark, right? Did you feel
Yeah.
the need to recreate the wheel or try to keep up with what everybody was doing, or was it just like, you know what, I'm just here?
Um, which is crazy. I freaked out going into my 30s. I freaked out. Like I almost had like a whole panic attack going into my 30s. By the time I was going in my 40s, I'm like, oh, this is straight. Like this is I could do this. You know what I mean? I think I went into my 40s too, just with a whole different mindset that I went into my 30s with. You know, I was more established. I know who I am as a man and as a person. You know, so going in your 30s, you're still in that little boyish stage. You know, now 40. Hey, don't play with me. I'm a whole grown man out here. You know what I mean? You moved if well, you should. Most people should, because there's still some 40 years out here still being little boys. But
Facts.
for me, when I went into my 40s, I was like, and it's crazy because I remember the J line, 40 is the new 30, you know, and didn't realize what he was saying. But man, if you look at most 40-year-olds nowadays, we look younger than the 40-year-olds that we were looking at
No,
when we
facts.
were kids.
We didn't realize they was 40. We thought they was in their teens.
Bro.
Sure.
Like they look like life uppercutted them
Yeah.
every chance it took, you know. But
Like they ass.
yeah, but and they had the best economy as far as, you know, what we're looking at. Man, I wish I give me y'all bills. I'll take y'all bills all day, every day, and run around the block.
Boom.
No,
Y'all bills, but our money.
no, that's what?
Yeah,
Be crushing the game right now.
Man.
bro.
Hectic. What's something right now, right? That's in your life that for real, it don't fit, but you just refuse to let it go.
Watching anime?
You don't think it fits in your life anymore?
Not well. You know, most people say, you know, hey, you still watching? You're a grown man, watch cartoons. You know what I mean? So, and I watch them joints religiously. You hear me?
Dude, I was in my 20s and people was like, you watching cartoons. So it's like
Yeah.
whatever.
I don't think I have too much things for me that I just feel like don't fit in my life. I think I have curated my lifestyle to be what it is right now. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like everything I do, man, I'm not going, man, I'm picking up new hobbies as I'm getting older. I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was interested in this. And, you know, doing some stuff like that. Like, so I feel like I've curated my lifestyle enough for me for everything that I do now to just kind of fit. Like, I can't wait, man. Man, I'm so close to hitting most of my goals, I'm giving myself another 5 years. I'm gonna be on someone's beach somewhere, chilling out, all the way out.
I hear that.
I'm talking about all the way out. Don't call me. Don't. Hey, I'm sipping a pina colada, something.
The fact
Not
that you
here.
speaking on waiting for the day where you could just not ever talk to a person again, it just blows my mind. Kind of. It's not gonna hold you. Like the fact that, like, if you was, what's the dude name? Well, I forget Tom Hanks's character. I feel like
and
I feel like you wouldn't even want Wilson. You'd just be okay with it
yeah,
just being just you. No anime, no
looking at
TV,
this.
no nothing.
I mean, I'll need some, some entertainment every now and again. But yeah, I'm good.
Nigga on his own island, hectic island.
Facts.
Yeah.
By
Hey,
itself.
no. Hey, what? Hey, because that'll be they start talking about a list and all that. No, listen, at, at Hectic Island, at
Yeah.
Hectic Island, everyone is not forced to be there. Everyone will be of age, and like I was telling someone, if you cross the threshold of my bed, my bedroom, you kind of know what time it is. You come on this island, you know what time it is. So there's no phones allowed.
He says always demon time.
Facts.
Yeah.
What say you, Easy? What's something that really don't really fit your life, but it's like, you know what? I'm not letting this go. It's not happening.
These hoes, man.
Man, all right. Next question.
Nah, like, man, I was thinking about that when you asked that question, man, and I kind of tried to evaluate, but I really am intentional about what things take place in my life, right? Like, if it's in my life, it fits somewhere, and I'm really intentional about that. Like, I have friendships, relationships, uh, acquaintanceships. All these things have a place, right? Like, there's friends of mine, like really close friends of mine, that, like, it almost felt like growing up, your life depended on hanging out with these people, and now not so much. But that doesn't mean any love is lost. Like, I'm still as close to them, but just understanding we adults, so we move in our own separate ways, and when we catch up, we catch up. I think about, like, different shit. Like, if I decide to put my money or my time or my effort into it, that's a deliberate decision. It's worth it to me, right? Because I was gonna be like, oh, all these Jordans, right? But truth be told, I haven't actually bought a new pair of shoes in like 3 years. Well, a new pair of Jordans. I get a few Air Max here and there because they're comfortable. But, like, I still fuck with the J's, right? But I also look at, like, okay, this is an expense. It has no value except sentimental value to me. So I'm just collecting these shoes. I don't wear them, so I don't necessarily need to buy a pair every month, right?
No,
But
fact.
best believe if some shit drop that I want, I'm gonna get it. But, like, I even thought about saying that, and I was like, it fits because it has sentimental value to me.
It
Of,
has a
like,
purpose for you.
it has a purpose for me, and, like, I these are in some ways we still live our childhoods, right? Like, the parts of it that we missed out on, where we promised ourselves, whenever I'm in a position to be or do, I'm going to, for
I
me.
started collecting toys, so I get it.
But yeah,
Bro, I just found out there's grown people. I'm talking about super grown, still collecting Legos.
oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
No, my uncle, once upon a time, my uncle, every probably like 2 or 3 days, he would buy a new puzzle. And, just the regular 1,000 count, 1,500 count, all them drinks. So he'd put those together and he would frame them. He would get ones that he liked and he would frame them all the time. He would put the puzzle together, then make the frame to frame it. And then he started selling them, basically as like art, if you will.
Yeah.
So my cousin says one day, "Hey, I'm gonna buy you some Legos. So he like, just get me puzzles. I'm cool with that. Leave it there. Mind you, this dude is in his late 50s at this time. Nah, I'm cool with my puzzles. So she come home one day with I think it was like a 1,000 count Lego set. I forget exactly what it was. Gives him that. He got it sitting there. He's still doing his puzzles. He ain't had no chance to go get puzzles one day. He started messing with them Legos. You go to that dude's house right now, he got Lego,
Legos everywhere.
Lego buildings, Lego people. Like he don't even mess with puzzles no more. He only puts together Legos at this point.
But that's called evolution,
Yeah.
right? And us as people, there's a lot of stuff that if you told me I would be doing in my 40s, I'd be like, get the hell out of here. No, I won't. I don't like that. Okay, even food. I hated cottage cheese as a kid. You can make me eat no cottage cheese. Now that I've gotten older, my palate changed. I'm like, this ain't that bad. And finding different ways to incorporate it into food and stuff like I'm like, oh, okay. So
Mm-mm.
the people that
Easy.
I
Wait,
realize
wait,
I
easy.
cannot,
I fully understand what he's saying because I was the same way, and now it's
yeah,
like it's not as bad as I
yeah,
thought. Like,
the people that I cannot have around me in my circle in association with me at all point period point blank is people that are not constantly looking for a way to evolve.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
So,
If you're comfortable in your today to day, even if I get on this island somewhere, I'm in my mind I've elevated to be on that island.
mm-hmm.
I didn't have that opportunity before. Now I have that opportunity. Now what's up? You see what I'm saying? It's different. There's a lot of people that are okay with the day to day and all this. Man, I'm about to. I told someone now my 3 hobbies, going to be, and I have to rotate them, right? Because I make money, but not that much, right? It's going to be camera, reptiles, guns. And that's how I'm going to just keep flipping stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just have to evolve as a person. And something else that I noticed with our conversation. Our conversation is definitely different than if we were different genders. And I feel like our conversation is different because, A, when we take a loss, when we fuck up in life, when we take a misstep, when we do all those things, we either learn from it and be like, all right, I'm not doing that no more. But most importantly, I feel we hold ourselves accountable. We're not putting the blame on anyone else. We might say, I shouldn't fuck with that person. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're gonna be like, but at the end of the day, we chose to fuck with that person.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, y'all got that. We're gonna be over here, y'all stay over there, and we're gonna move forward. You cannot evolve if you're constantly pointing fingers at another person about your mistakes in your life.
That's a fact.
Or not taking responsibility for the mistake being yours. And
So
That
I was about to ask y'all,
still a point of accountability.
yeah.
when did y'all realize that long term friendships didn't need to be held anymore?
Oh man.
Like, cause we all get to a point where it's like it's that one person that we've been cool with forever, but it's like something happens that make you realize, man, it ain't that you outgrew that person, but you outgrew that person. You
Yeah.
outgrew that friendship.
So
You
when I
outgrew that
really,
relationship.
so for me, I noticed it even in hindsight when I joined the military,
Mhm.
right? Um, I had still my brothers to this day, right? I have a lot of friends that I still, hey, happy birthday, blah 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 blah. But our paths in life aren't the same. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, this is what you're doing? Well, this is we just, in my opinion, don't have a lot to talk about. Versus when you're a child, even those indifferences are enough for you to talk about. As
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten older, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you about camera equipment because you're not going to understand what the hell I'm talking about.
Or
Yeah.
you probably don't even care.
Yeah.
And that part too. So I realized it when I joined the military, and then as I've gotten older, and I've just traveled a lot. I've lived in many different states. I've seen many different people. I've been around celebrities. I've been around this person. I've been around. As I've started doing that, I felt myself elevating and evolving past my friend group or my old friend group. So even when they talk to me sometimes, I mean, I'm gonna listen, but you only get in a short period of time because most of what you're talking about, I don't care nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not helping me elevate. You're not telling me, hey, hey, since you over here in Texas, da da da, hey, look up this real estate person so you can start buying property because they got real great. No, you're not telling me. You're telling me what's happening on the block that I no longer live at or no longer care about.
Mhm. I think that was for me too. Like, not so much military because I was still close enough to home that I had access to shit back home. But when I left to go to college and I couldn't go home, and being able to see how not only does life go on, life often brings you opportunities that you can be held back because somebody that you close to is telling you not to do it, or telling you what you're gonna miss out on, or discouraging you because it's some shit that they would be afraid of. And it's like them opportunities come and you only faced with the decision yourself, and you have to decide what you want to do. And so when I left to go to college, that's when I started to realize, like, yeah, I'll see these motherfuckers when I go back home for breaks or whatever. But like, I ain't, I don't get, like, I'm not making no life decisions because of where they at in their life. And then just moving out here to Colorado made it even more so, because it's like, that was a move I just made for me. Like, I didn't even think about going back to Georgia. It was like, nigga, I'm going west, like 5. I'm headed west. And niggas was like, why? And I was like, because that's what I want to do. And I was like, them friendships can hold you back sometimes, and
Right.
some of them will try to hold you back. Oh man, won't you do this and that? Won't you come back home? And you realize, like, those ones are the ones you cut off, and the ones that's like, hey, bro, I'm proud of you, man, for doing your shit and like stepping out and going and being adventurous with life and figuring shit out. Like, look where you at. Them the ones that you appreciate, right? And that's one of the things that people have to be able to recognize, is like, even family members, right? Like, you have to be able to recognize who's holding you back, or who's attempting to hold you back, and who's cheering you on, right? Because you got that cousin that's always like, yeah, bro, anything you need. And then when you like, I'm trying to do, it's like, oh nah, bro, if I was you, I wouldn't fuck with that. If I was you, they always trying to
Mm-hmm.
discourage you. But then you got this other cousin that you barely even talk to, that's like, yo, I heard you just moved out to Texas. Like, that's what's up. I'm proud of you. I remember when you was a little snotty nose ass kid, and you just like, damn, this the cousin I need to be connecting with.
I was just telling somebody last night, right? When I left to go to the Navy, for 4 years, I ain't get a letter, I ain't get a phone call, I ain't get an email, I ain't get a pigeon carrier, I ain't get a nothing.
This nigga said a pigeon
Like,
carrier.
I ain't get nothing, right? So now I come back home and everybody like, oh, hey man, let me get, hey man, can you look out? Hey, and it's like, wow, you know what I mean? It made me really look at how people looked at me.
Mm-hmm.
So because I looked at it that way, it changed my perspective on how I started looking at people. And then I ain't gonna say I was better than nobody. I ain't gonna say I was more important than anybody. I ain't gonna say I was any different from anybody. I just looked at people differently for me. right? So now I'm out the Navy. I come back home and it's like everybody looking at me like I'm just the richest dude on the planet because I'm not the type that complain about money. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I don't complain about nothing. I just live. So now over the years, I'm watching this and I'm constantly looking out. I'm doing and this and that, blah, blah, blah. One day I'm sitting and I hear this. I don't remember what it was, but the dude was like, he said, "Hey, man," he said, "disappear for 90 days. And the people that reach out to you is the only people you need to talk to." And I was like, wait, that's just sound crazy. But I did it. I disappeared for 90 days. In that 90 days, outside of the people that live directly in my house, two people reached out to me. "Hey, man, I ain't heard from you in a minute. You good? What's up with you?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Oh, man, I'm chilling. I just been, blah, 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 blah." And they was like, "Oh, all right, like, it ain't like you to just not pop up at somebody's crib or make a phone call or a text or something like it. That was weird. So I had to make sure you was good." So I'm like, okay. Being as I was able to go 90 days, I said, well, let me do another 90 and see what happened. I did that other 90. After that 90, what I started doing is I start actually, all the people that didn't reach out, I pop up at their crib or I shoot them a text, a call. And I kept getting the same situations. "Oh, man, I just thought you was busy. So you ain't hit me up to see if I was alive because you thought I was busy. You ain't called me to make sure I was good because you thought I was busy. You ain't want to reach out to my kids to make sure they was all right, but you because you thought I was busy. You ain't heard from me in 6 months. That should be alarming to the people that actually rock with you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So once I start realizing that, I just start chopping everybody at that point. It is what it
Yeah.
is. Like, if I
Yeah.
ain't heard from you in 6 months, do I really need that relationship?
Yep.
So that wasn't me, right? So when same thing, military come out, hey, I need. All right, I always wanted to give back. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
don't get
Especially
me
to
wrong.
my
I was
family.
I was going broke looking out for people. Just you know what I
Facts.
mean? Like,
So that's what I was about to say. My turning point was when I lost everything. Most people don't know by 25, I had a house in my name, like a $250,000 house. Like I had shit already, right? So when I lost everything, right, and I needed help, those same people that I would give money, no questions asked, and not even ask for it back, hey, go ahead. How much you need? All right, it's on its way. Give me a second. I'm sending it. No questions. Those same people that I was doing those things to, when the roles were reversed, they were treating me like I was a burden.
mm-hmm.
And it's crazy
Mhm.
how amnesia comes into play when people are quick to forget everything that you've done for them. And
Because it
so
wasn't
when that
it wasn't
happened,
that
I
significant,
was
and
like,
you were
oh.
supposed to do it anyway.
Yeah. My
So when
bro.
that happened, I was like, oh, got you.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of became who I became now. Like where I have everything that I want or need, and I don't need anybody or anything to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, it's a sad reality, especially in the Black community. It's very sad reality that we often have to go through that before we be like, oh. So when I was up, that's when y'all wanted to be a part of something. But now because I'm down and I don't have anything to offer you, now I get your ass to kiss. Gotcha.
Yeah. And we
Never
we
again.
we call them kind of people takers. And they
Mhm.
come in all different forms because sometimes it's financial, they take, sometimes it's time, it's energy, but they are takers, right? They want you to check on them. They want you to call, text them. They want you to let them borrow or have. They want you to do shit for them, but then they go in hiding when they need to be the one giving and doing. And that shit is frustrating. And like I grew up in a family like that, right? It's like everybody had their hand out, and motherfuckers still got their hands out. And it's like very few of my aunts, uncles, parents that ever like as an adult, man, I remember, man, I won't say who the family member was, but it was a really significant one, right? I'm in college, I had a roommate, and I broke my leg, so I couldn't work. So money was tight. Then my roommate tells me, "Hey, bro, I'm going to Air Force." All right, cool. I'm thinking like end of the lease, summer, whenever. This nigga like, I'm leaving this weekend. I got no roommate. I'm struggling a little bit. I fall behind a couple months on rent. This family member came into some grands. I'm talking like 30 bands. Yo, can I just get 500 so I can pay my rent? I ain't got it. I gotta buy furniture. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. All right, cool. My homie that lived in the same apartment complex was like, bro, just come move in with us, help out wherever you can. Nigga, I got evicted, all of that. Same family member when I got my first job, my first paycheck. Oh, send me some. I got to buy furniture.
For sure.
Like,
For sure, for sure. Let me ask y'all, right? In hindsight, right? Looking back now, right? As you cross that threshold of being 40, right? And I keep saying 40 because a lot of people don't understand the significance behind the fact that as black men, we ain't supposed to be over 40.
listen,
You know what I mean? Like it was destined for us to not make it this far. I'm just saying.
you made it past
But
21 as a black man. You accomplished a lot.
facts. So being as though you in your 40s, do you look back at times and say, I could have created a different situation, or I could have fixed this situation, or you know what? I'm kind of glad it did happen the way it happened.
Man, I no regrets for me because every decision that we made, good, bad, indifferent, led us to where we at right now, right? I don't got no complaints in life. Would I love to make more money? Absolutely. Would I love to have different things? Yeah, but I don't need them. I'm striving for more, right? I'm trying to level up every day, but if I never make more money than I make right now in my career, my bills will still be paid.
What's
Right?
what's more important to you right now, making money or having a fulfilling career?
Man, both honestly, because I'm responsible for somebody else, so I need money, right? But at the same time, it's like if I'm getting up every day and putting 8, 9, 10 hours into a job that I hate, I'd rather be homeless. So I I do like, and this is something I've learned over the years. I love what I do. I love both my jobs. They're both fulfilling for different reasons. I get to impact the world in different ways, impact people in different ways. And that's always been something I wanted to do. And so I never feel like work is work. I have some really tough days in the 9 to 5 where I'm just like, this shit is for the birds. But I get up the next morning knowing I'm walking into the same shitstorm and walk head first into it because I know the impact I'm making. But if I was miserable doing that, motherfuckers could pay me $1 million a day, and the right thing would get me to quit.
It
I
amazes me when I see people every day you complain about your job, but you walk in there every day.
yeah,
And I say, man, just quit, find another job. Oh man, it ain't that easy.
it's
You
that
stop
easy.
complaining, it'll be that easy.
It is that fucking
Like,
easy. Every
I'm
every
not
job
saying
I've
nowhere
had,
that I'm miserable every once I get to a point. So all right, I'm gonna say this, right? I'm a firm believer in mental health days, right? So every 6 to 7 weeks, I call out and take a mental health day. It's not the same day. It'll just be a random day. I wake up and I say, today's the day I'm calling out, right? And I do that not because I need to, but because I just feel like that's something I want to do for myself, right? But if I get to the point where I can't make at least 6 weeks without taking a mental health day, that means it's time for me to leave. Because if you can't go to work faithfully for 6 weeks straight and not and be mentally messed up on your way there, you shouldn't be there.
I
You
mean,
need to find somewhere else.
it's times for all of us that we are going through personal shit, right? And there's a 6 week period where life is really fucking.
Nah, I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not talking about life.
No, I'm
I'm talking
saying
about work.
no, but
If
listen to what I'm saying though, because as much as people want to say they can separate the two, you can't. You can't. Those are two most significant things. Your job, you spend more time at your job than you do with your family.
agreed,
So if shit is happening at home, it's gonna impact you at work. And so there are periods in our lives where life is just fucking us up, and we carry that shit to work, and it's a rough patch, right? And it's like I don't want to go to work today, but it's not the job. It's the situation at home that I can't help remedy because I'm in this motherfucker all day and I got to deal with y'all's bullshit when I got my own bullshit, and y'all act like your bullshit the only bullshit that exists. Right. So I get that, like going through that where like you might have a rough period where you're like you've taken 2 or 3 mental health days in a 6 week period. But for the most part, right, and I get what you're saying, but like if you don't get up excited to go to work every day, if you just like, oh, 'cause I got to go in,
whoa, wait, whoa. I ain't never been excited to go to work. Let's
nigga,
go
why
ahead
you
and
got to
raise that one.
everything over and be
When
you
you use words like excited and
nigga,
working,
you
it's no, nigga.
if you are not enthusiastically engaged
I
in your
go to
job,
work. I
nigga,
go to work.
do you go to do you go to work happily or do you go to work despite the job?
Wait. Time out, ref. You using words that aren't supposed to be using the same sentence with work. I'm
Nigga,
confused on what
that's
we
the
doing right
problem. And that is the problem. Y'all motherfuckers is working these jobs that you don't love what you do. If you not waking up every morning, and I'm not talking about like rainbows and sunshine and shit, like oh, get to go to work today, buddy. No, I'm talking about when you wake up, you understand your purpose of what you doing when you go to work, and you like, all right, I gotta knock this shit out today. Like you understand, like this job, I have a purpose in what I'm doing, and you passionate about that
now.
purpose, so it drives you where you get up in the morning, your feet hit the floor, you ready for the world. Not like I'm waking up like, oh yes, I get to go to work today.
Congrats, Easy. Congrats, Easy. You
So
are the 1%er.
Pretty much.
listen,
You see, I'm looking at him. I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, at what point we
don't,
gonna
don't get me
understand,
wrong.
like,
There are days I wake up and I'm just tired and I don't want to go to work. I don't want to do shit. Like if it was a Disneyland trip that day, if I wake up feeling like that, like fuck going to Disney today, I'm not going. Right? Fuck if motherfuckers was like, all you gotta do is show up to the radio station, we'll give you $1 million. If I wake up in a mood, fuck that $1 million. I'm not getting out this bed, right?
Oh, I'm
There are
going to get my
days,
money.
but like there are days that's difficult to do, right? And you gotta
It'd be difficult all at once, but I'm going to get that meal.
I'm gonna go get that meal too. I'm going to Disneyland also, but I'm saying there are days I wake
Disney could kiss my whole ass, but that meal,
there are
I'm
days I
there.
wake up and that shit is difficult to do because you're tired. But most days I want to go to work. Most days I'm happy to go to work.
listen,
I I think that's what's wrong with the
Dude,
workforce.
I don't know what else to do at this point.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm trying to find a way to agree with you, but I can't.
I get it.
Just being honest,
I
like,
get it. And you might not hate your job, but
no, don't get me wrong. I don't hate my job at all. I actually enjoy what I do. Well, I can't say I enjoy it because I'm one of those people, like Hectic said, I'm all about evolution. So I feel like I've been doing this too long that I need to do something else.
yeah.
So I don't necessarily feel fulfilled anymore because I've been doing it too long. And I actually, it's crazy because about maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I really came to the realization this is the first career field I've ever been in for more than 8 years. I've never done anything more than 8 years before I've done something else. And I've been doing this around 15 years now. So, and I had to realize that's why I'm starting to get bored. Now, that don't mean I don't enjoy what I do, because I do feel like I have a purpose every day when I go to work. But that don't mean I'm excited to go in that motherfucker. I can tell you that shit.
But so the culture, and that's what I'm saying, the culture of work, right? That's where we got to get to a point. And I know I'm an anomaly with that, but like y'all understand that my 9 to 5 impacts all of our futures. And if I'm an asshole,
because I don't know about it anymore. I would say that 10
it
years
impacts
ago.
it whether bad or good.
I can tell you this easy. What I do on my 9 to 5 definitely impacts a person's future 100%.
Yeah. And so like I go in with the attitude of I gotta put my best
stress reliever,
because one of these days I'm gonna be calling one of these little motherfuckers about my social security.
Little mother.
So
yo, that's
what say you,
funny.
Brady? Do you feel like you are fulfilled? Do you feel like you have a purpose? Do you feel like you're excited to go to work? How do you feel about going to work?
Well, I definitely ain't waking up like, yay, fucking work. Like, easy. Get up every morning like, yo, ho, let's get to go. Like, nah, that's not me, easy.
I feel like he wake up like one of the 7 dwarfs and he just starts dancing.
I was about to say the same thing. Like, yo ho, it's off to work I go.
The work easy will go.
Yeah.
Yo, can I don't mean to change the topic, but that fucking song, I got a fucked up story behind that fucking song.
Oh man,
nigga, I'm in 2nd grade. This is my first time ever being
dreaming about work already.
Facts in the 2nd grade.
I'm in 2nd grade. Is Drug and Alcohol Awareness Week. So we're doing the DARE program. And the DARE program. So first of all, this is gonna fuck you up. We did Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. So think about
Snow White.
Drug Awareness Week. Snow White. So I'm one of the
7 million.
Only in Atlanta.
I'm one of the 7 Dwarfs. My nigga, this is verbatim what they had us singing. Hi ho, it's off to the club we go. We'll drink and smoke and snort some coke. Hi ho. 2nd grade.
In school?
In school.
Nigga, Atlanta is different.
That's
in my head ever since.
What?
Wait a minute. I need to hear these bars.
No wonder you wanted to be a teacher.
I need to hear these bars again. Say that one more time for us.
Hi ho, it's off to the club we go. We'll drink and smoke and snort some coke. Hi ho. I'm bro.
Yo.
2nd fucking grade.
They were just prepping y'all. Yeah. They were prepping y'all. They were definitely prepping someone from Magic City.
Yeah. They were
That is beyond diabolical right there. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And niggas was like, that shit was normal. Even then, I was like, why are we saying that? Like, it was weird as fuck. But anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Now you good. You was dreaming about being a teacher a long time, so you could change that.
I was like, you know what? So I feel like this curriculum is not what I needed as a kid. So I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna change people's lives.
So he knew his purpose in the 2nd grade. You know what I mean?
I was the Barack Obama of education. Like, yes, we can.
And then you left Atlanta far behind because he could, and he did.
Easy, I want to apologize to you, Easy, because I now understand why you so excited to go to work.
Yeah.
I get it now.
He's like my education was fucked up.
Yeah,
I understand. But I need you to lay off Philly education because they would have never had us singing nothing like that.
Nah.
That's just crazy on way too many levels.
Could you imagine? Hey, Mom, I need to practice these lines. All right, well, all right, let me look at it. Hi ho. Hi ho, off to the club we go. Who's your teacher? I need to
Yeah.
Imagine that shit today. Imagine that
Hold
shit
on.
today.
But hold on, Hectic. Think
Oh,
about it. Only in Atlanta would the parents have signed off on this
Oh,
being
on the hi ho.
for y'all to sing in the Glee
Yeah.
Club. Like that's
Nigga,
crazy.
I don't even think the parents knew because I ain't take no permission slip home or nothing.
Oh, you wanted to sing that.
Nah, they
What did your teacher look like? Did she have on heels? Like
Nigga,
they
all
were
my-
really tall? Like
Nah.
what did she look like?
the teacher in charge of the play, the drama teacher was this
Well,
little
this was a
lady.
play.
Yes, this was a play. This was
He
school.
said Snow White and the Seven
He
Dwarfs.
said, yeah.
All right. Yes. What she looked like? She had a halter top.
Nah, she's a little short, fat old lady. And then the dude that was
dude,
helping the
In
paraprofessional.
the second grade, he was destined to be a rapper or a teacher.
Oh
Like they was grooming y'all for sure. That's crazy.
Lord. I
Definitely
want to
groomed
see.
her.
Hey, I want to see where are they now? Second graders. I want to see.
Actually, though, all them motherfuckers that was in that play, all of us ended up doing well in life. But it's
So see, it worked. It worked.
Yeah, then hey,
It
can't
worked.
argue at results.
all of us that was
They're
in
like,
the,
we gonna traumatize them at a young age. They ain't gonna want to do none of this shit.
but motherfuckers that was watching the play,
Because they didn't understand the true message because they didn't act it out and read it.
they were like, oh,
They
that
didn't
shit-
read the and drink and smoke and you know what I'm saying? They
saw us.
didn't feel it.
They went and
The parents was literally in the audience twerking while y'all was singing that joint. I am almost certain of it. I am
pretty
almost
sure they
certain of it.
and look,
Somebody left and went straight to Magic City as soon as they got done watching y'all play.
You know what?
No, they
I'm feeling
actually
like
had to
some
get
wings
off
right
work
now.
to come to the program. They
Yeah.
just got off from Magic City
Yeah.
to the program.
Freddie, at
What's
your
up?
age right now, what's more dangerous? Failing publicly or slowly settling privately?
Failing publicly or slowly settling privately?
Yeah.
The second one, the latter, because that's sad. You know, if it's slowly settling, you're gonna kill yourself softly and slowly. You're going like, I'd rather fail publicly so you know people could I get it out my system, and then if I fail, okay, that means I got another chance or whatever. That means I didn't stop. You know, I see it that way.
Roger that. Heck,
Say it again.
what is more dangerous? Failing publicly or slowly settling privately?
I agree with the second one. Shit, we often settle privately, and some of us go out of their way to change that, or some of us just waddle in it. And there's a lot of people just waddling in that. You know what I mean? Like, but the crazy thing is, a lot of them be more outraged by the public embarrassment. You know what I mean? Like, which is crazy because it's like,
That's what makes that an interesting question. Like,
yeah, because you don't know these motherfuckers that's judging you, but their opinion matters so much more than what you got going on right now.
yeah.
Not at all.
let's think about one word, right? One word. Snitch. Now let's think about this, right? Nobody wants to be known. Hold on. Nobody wants to be known as a snitch, but everybody wants the snitch to work for them.
Well, yeah,
Let's
because
think
everybody
about
wants that. Everybody wants that advantage. Everybody wants the knowledge. And then are you okay? Never mind. My bad.
Huh?
Nothing.
No, you got to say that shit, Freddie, because
I was ready to hear what you had to say.
No, I was just gonna ask. You gotta, you know, and it depends on. It's conditional too, because like, what kind of snitching you doing? If you the work snitch, then you's a, you know what I'm saying, you as a bitch. If you's a work snitch,
Which one's
but if
worse,
it's like, you
the
know,
work snitch or the drug snitch?
Man, the work snitch way worse.
I mean, here's the thing.
Why do people hate the work snitch so much?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because as a boss, I hate to work.
Damn.
Because he was happy as
Hold
fuck
on,
to
hold
go
on.
to work. It's easy. For real, for real.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna
First
tell
of
you
all,
why.
the amount of animation that filled his soul to answer
You
this
know what
question is
I'm saying?
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you why I hate the work snitch. though.
First of all, as a boss,
As a boss, right? When motherfuckers come to tattle on somebody else, right?
Mhm.
They are often
Yeah, that's
involved in
annoying.
shit. They're the ones, and then they tell on them, and then they smiling in their face. And then when they get in trouble for the shit, and then
Yeah.
they go back to the snitch and be like, "Yeah, I got called in to talk with the supervisor and HR, and like they on they bullshit, and I don't even know how the fuck they found out about that." It's like, oh man, somebody.
Mhm.
the whole time the snitch like, man, that was some bullshit, man. They just fucking with you.
And then the snitch listen to all the shit they say after the meeting and then come back. I just wanted you
Mhm.
to know that after they met with you and they told me everything and they was talking crazy. And it's like you keep fucking drama going and you fucking up the culture in my building. Sit your ass down and
Mhm.
mind your business. At least the drug snitch, it's just a motherfucker that's out here like, look, I ain't trying to go to jail, man. Like, I'll help y'all out. Like me and that motherfucker, we moved 10 bricks out the port of Miami and Rick Ross was driving. And like just give me like 2 months and I'll do 11 years probation. But them motherfuckers
Hey, they
lost.
they say on the next 48, it's like as soon as they see the meal come in,
Yep.
Right.
he telling.
With
Hey,
Popeye.
first of all, y'all remember on the wire when Weebay was sitting there, he eating a sandwich. He said, "Man, I ain't giving up none of my folks." So the boy was like, "Yeah, man, life is life. You gonna get that regardless. You might as well do this." He was like, "All right, how about this, man? Give me like 3 more of these sandwiches and another juice, and I'll run down the line for y'all. I don't care."
Yo,
It's
Yeah,
crazy how that works.
look,
yeah.
them niggas on the first 48, they be like sitting there with the Popeye Sprite and the biscuit. And I'm like, nigga, that's probably the driest, best, most toxic goddamn Sprite you ever had in your life. And it's right now,
Mhm.
you ain't had a meal like that in a long time, and you might not ever have another one again. So you just like they reminding you, like, nigga, you gonna be missing out on all of this for 100 years.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
so to me, the work snitch, like you said, is worse because you messing with somebody's livelihood and they benefits and stuff like that, and you don't understand circumstances is way beyond you. And you over here just gossiping more than likely. And then, but the drug snitch, you hopefully saving a community because, what I'm saying, is
Community
infiltrating
service.
the kids. Yeah, you're doing a low key community service if you want to see it that way, depending on what type of drugs that you being. If it's just for a couple, couple ounces, couple pounds of weed, that ain't nothing. But if you really stopping some meth or some heroin or something that's really plaguing a community, then yeah, go ahead.
Here's
I
my
don't, I
problem.
ain't mad at it.
So would the people that's
Also, a lot of times, just mind your fucking business.
Your motherfucking business.
with
Here's
people
my
that's
problem
on
with
the
snitch.
block? Think about this, right? Y'all say that the work snitch is worse than the block snitch, right? You think the block the people on the block would agree with that because you
No,
messing with their livelihood now, and they don't
Technically,
work
it's
a
the
nine
work
to five.
snitch.
you ain't say blocks.
Technically, he's the work snitch.
Nigga.
You
Technically,
didn't
The
say the
block
block.
snitch is the work snitch.
so what's the difference? A snitch is a snitch is a snitch,
So
correct?
here's my
But
problem. Here's my problem with the whole concept of snitching and the definition in general, right? Because I think a lot of people got snitching wrong. A lot of people call what is actually a tattletale a snitch, right? So in order to snitch, you have to be involved in the crime. If me and you hop in the car and go rob the fucking bank and you get caught and I don't, and you like they be like, who
Oh
else?
yeah, nah, and you
It was
pointing
easy.
them people to my house, yeah.
Or you selling drugs, you a petty ass little nickel and dime hustler on the corner, and you get popped, and then you go downtown and hey man, I ain't had but like 3 ounces. But that nigga Hectic is the boss. Hectic moving blocks.
Mm.
And they don't even know who the fuck Hectic is. Hectic way the fuck up on the top of the mountain somewhere. Don't touch nothing. Be out the way. We got an escort. Them people think that he's just a hardworking businessman They don't know he the one that orchestrating the whole shit. But now you done told on Hector, and now Hector under investigation. So that's a snitch.
Yeah.
If a motherfucker's like, I witnessed a crime that's plaguing the community, then.
But what if the snitch that is just they job in life, and they just wake up every
They
day
get paid
to be
for it.
happy as hell to be a
They
snitch?
call them
Like,
CIs.
Confidential informant.
They call them CIs.
Like,
I
but you
know, I'm
can't
just
get
saying,
check.
but that's their job. They wake
You
up
can't
like,
tell-
I'm
I
making
was
a
watching
difference. I know my purpose.
You can't
So I
call
was
Miss
watching
Gloria
the
a
movie,
snitch.
and you know, if you are a crime stopper and they pick up a bunch of money, you get 20% of that. Did y'all know that?
They will never know I picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never understood people who turn in money. I'm not turning no
If they give you anything, 20.
What money?
I found $100,000 cash in a
Well,
book.
what if you hit one of them? What if you hit one of them houses for real? 20 mil. That's 4 mil. Well, yeah, they could be stupid turning in 20 mil for 4.
And they go
exactly. Exactly. Like I'm not. 20% of 100 is not enough for me. I'm just saying.
And they gonna tax it. They gonna take 50% of that walking away
What
with.
they say, finders keepers.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Weavers, yeah.
Find 20 mil. Nobody will know. My wife won't even know where the fuck I'm at.
I'm a Christopher Columbus the money.
He just disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm gonna change my identity. Niggas gonna think I committed suicide and died or some shit. Like everybody gonna be like, damn, easy gone.
He ain't ever gonna show the work happy as hell again.
Oh. That will tell me
like, well, I guess he ain't love his job as much as he said he did.
You know what I'm saying?
Here at 8 a.m. sharp, it's 8:05. Something is awry.
Something.
You need to investigate this.
Something is wrong. Did he get shot again?
Hey, yo. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never quite understood the whole snitch concept because again, nobody wants to be known as the snitch. But if something happens for you, everybody wants to snitch for them.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go ask questions, but you don't want nobody asking you questions. I just always found that to just be an amazing double standard on both sides, but it's always going to be that way.
But you can't call Miss Gloria a snitch if she was sitting on her porch and saw you shoot that motherfucker. When they asked her who did it, she was like, it was Tyrone.
But there's a lot of people who will consider her a snitch because, like Freddie said, she should have minded her business. But at the same time, when your homie gets shot, your brother gets shot, now you want Miss Tina to tell you what happened.
Yeah.
So you want Miss Tina to snitch for your folks. But if you shoot somebody, you don't want Miss Tina to tell nobody else. I just always found that to be weird how people look at that. I just don't quite understand the concept.
And it's double-edged because it's coming from both sides where the person who did this shit is like, Miss Tina, if you tell somebody, I know you saw it, bitch. You say something if you want to. And then dude's brother is like, Miss Tina, I know you saw it. You better say something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's she supposed to do? So just tell everybody. Tell the police and the nigga whose brother it was.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
That nigga threatened to kill me. So y'all make sure y'all get him.
Facts. But all right, let's get into our one and only segment for the day. Amen.
Yeah. Hey. 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 Yeah. Hey.
Okay. All you hip hop junkies, you think you know hip hop? Well, tell me what happened today in 2005. Better yet, tell me what happened today in 1989. We know you don't know. That's why Easy about to break this day down in hip hop for you.
What's happening? Welcome to this week's version of Hip Hop News. I would like to start out by just reminding y'all that Lotto is fine as hell. Every time that picture comes up, I'm like, God damn, Miss Lotto. But anyway, she the birthday. Speaking of birthdays, happy birthday to Schoolie D. He turned old as hell today. So did Pete Rock, who also is celebrating a birthday. In addition to Memphis Bleak, MEMPHIS Bleak had a birthday this week. And then I don't know how they know this motherfucker had a birthday because he ain't got no ID. So how are you supposed to know when his birthday is? There's no ID celebrated a birthday this week. Also, I'm happy to announce that we are not celebrating any deaths or death anniversaries this week in hip hop, but we are celebrating some album releases. Starting out with Nelly. This is the anniversary of the release of Country Grammar. It is 26 years old. He dropped that album in 2000. Took the world by storm, took the game by storm. Nelly is the original Drake. So just want to let everybody know that it was Nelly first. I know that Ja Rule was around, but he wasn't light skinned. Um, we are also celebrating the anniversary of Lil Kim's Notorious KIM album. Not quite as good as Hardcore, but still, she didn't have Biggie writing for her anymore. She should have done something with the album cover to make us more intrigued. She might have sold more copies of that. But anyway, I digress. We're also celebrating the release of Run the Jewels debut album, self-titled Run the Jewels with Killer Mike and LP. Shout out to them boys. And I gotta do the Run the Jewels thing just to give them a shout out. Pharoah Munch released his album Desire. Back in what year was that? In 2007, Pharoah Munch released Desire. And then here's one that y'all probably were like, hell yeah. I remember seeing this shit when it first came on the box and being like, yo, these niggas is rapping fast. But Bone Thugs and Harmony in the year 1984, or as they call it, the 1990 Quad, dropped their album Creeping on the Come Up. And we all knew where we were when we heard the sign bass with a high pitch and then or however that shit went. And then you just feeling the strength of the rumps that bump, and it was on from there. Them Cleveland boys did their thing. Um, Celebrating or not celebrating, but talking about some historical moments in hip hop. This is kind of a release anniversary, but it also marks this 30-year celebration of Jay Z's Reasonable Doubt album. I know Freddie is cringing right now because she's like, why are we talking about this motherfucker? But it's the 30-year anniversary of the release of Reasonable Doubt, and Rock Nation and who was it? Rock Nation and Google are partnering together to celebrate this with a commemorative tour of the city of New York that will take you to all the places where Jay-Z has been in his music career. So very interesting way to celebrate the Reasonable Doubt. And then they're doing the Jay-Z 30 campaign right now. So Reasonable Doubt turned 30 years old. It was dropped in 96 and it's 2026 for those that can't do the math. All right, on to some current news. Drake. Lord have mercy. If this nigga is not a marketing genius, I don't care what side of the Kendrick and Drake battle you are on. The nigga is a marketing genius. So he has a song called Janice Shut the Fuck Up. And it's like the summer hit right now. Like it's playing in all the clubs. But apparently all these girls named Janice have just been randomly been told shut the fuck up. I guess y'all know how all the Felicias feel right now. But Drake is throwing parties, private parties for girls named Janice. Weird as fuck, but whatever. And then O'Shea Jackson, Ice Cube's son, or O'Shea Jackson Jr., said that it's a trap and told the ladies not to do it. But we'll see what ends up happening with that. Speaking of traps, this shit was a trap from the beginning. They should have known. Okay, you got B2K versus Pretty Ricky. It was a fucking epic lineup. I didn't watch it yet, so I don't know how it went. But what I heard is that Pretty Ricky swept and then mopped the floor with B2K's ass. Landslide. I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I can't call it. This is what I heard. This is what people were saying. But one of the Pretty Ricky members, what's that? he wasn't there. And I guess Omarion got to say some slick shit about and then when West P came out, so there's obviously some friction and they're pretty big running down because how they had it. Everybody's trying to say. Speaking of milk, the stupidity of this motherfucker right here. If you don't know what this is, the guy who was arrested and got out of jail and robbed his CEO to get himself out of the contract. Apparently, on the day that he was,
All right, sound like Easy having technical difficulties over there.
am I having technical difficulties?
Now you're not.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. Let's try this again.
I don't know what happened over there. All right.
As soon as you start talking about that bullshit ass verses, I think it wasn't meant for you to talk about that bullshit.
Well, I don't know, but Pooh Shiesty, apparently the day that he robbed Gucci Man for his contract release, the reason that he was able to go down to Dallas is because he was having an inappropriate relationship with a supervisor for his house arrest, and that she was giving him unauthorized days, visitation days, which on the day that he went down there was one of those. So she's gonna be in some hot water. And then on to things that Soulja Boy can't say he was the first rapper to do. Bow Wow will be the first NPR Tiny Desk to be aired on live television tomorrow, 7:30 on BET. Looking forward to that, not looking forward to that. I don't think anybody really wants to see a Bow Wow Tiny Desk concert.
Can I just say real quick, Easy? I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. I was walking into the hair store the other day, and I just seen Bow Wow posed very crazily on a wave cap ad, and it was real fucking disturbing to me. Like, why is he staring at me with his golden eyes in a wave cap, big as hell like this on the door? Yeah, a little bit, but it was way more. Yeah, you see the waves?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
I mean,
But yeah, and he got a whole line of them, so he's staring at you on the whole aisle. You know what I'm saying? In that way, but
I think those waves are AI generated. I don't think that Bow Wow actually got waves like that. I think that picture was
well, you know, he fake a lot of things, so who knows?
You know, like his fake private jet that he was flying on vacation and all those things. All right. Well, speaking of Bow Wow and people that he wants to be like in his rap career, if you guys haven't heard, the king is dead. Clifford Tip Harris, born sometime in May in the 1970s, late 1970s, was killed on June 26, 2026. Not really, but Kill the King album by T.I. just dropped on Friday. I haven't listened to it yet in full. I listened to like the songs that have already been released, but he says this is his last one. And
Lies.
you know, I'm gonna take some time probably tomorrow to listen to it. Based on what Moss B said, this is T.I.'s best album ever, and it solidifies him as the best rapper ever to come out of Atlanta. I contest that because I came out of Atlanta, so you know, I want all the smoke. When we talking about bars, I not guns. I don't own any assault rifles and things, Mr. Harris. I was just talking about music. Okay, the money don't come after me. Don't burn my mama's house down. But anyway, that is the hip hop news for this week. And despite my technical difficulties, we got through it all. So what I want to ask, did y'all see the verses?
What, Pretty Ricky versus?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I watch that?
So here's my thing, right? And this just me.
I didn't listen to him before.
just me, just being me, right? I'm having a conversation with my wife the other day, and I said, "Hey, you gonna watch the B2K and Pretty Ricky verses?" Now, mind you, she's 6 years younger than me, so in my mind, you listen to these dudes. I don't know. she's like, "Oh, why would I watch that?" And I was like, "Well, I figured you rock with their music." So she says, "Well, Pretty Ricky probably gonna mop the floor with these dudes." And I said, "Well, they got 3 songs. What are they really gonna play?" And she was like,
Grind with
"She said,
me.
no, they dropped 3 albums." I was like, "Pretty Ricky don't got no 3 albums. What is you talking about?" Like,
I don't know.
in my mind, them dudes had 3 songs, and that was it. Now, mind you, I felt the same way about B2K. Them dudes had 3 songs. This is gonna be the shortest verses in history.
They gonna do all the remixes.
But the amount of people I saw excited about this blew my mind. Because in my mind, I said to myself, it's all these people in their 40s that was listening to this, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I just was so oblivious that, again, I only heard 3 songs from each of them groups. And never once did I say to myself, I'm going to listen to a B2K album in totality. I'm going to listen to a Pretty Ricky album in totality. Like, that never crossed my mind one time.
I didn't even listen to the 3rd bump on Bump Bump Bump.
Shut up.
Just saying.
I was about to say that's the only song I know. Bump, bump, bump.
I thought I was just tripping, and I saw people on all over social media. Oh my goodness, why would B2K play themselves and go up against these dudes? And I'm like, wait, what? Like, this really where we are in music? This is really where we came to.
I feel like Hectic was a really huge Pretty Ricky fan, being from Florida and all.
Grind with me. That's the only song I know they had out.
Nah, I'm not. One last boy band I could really say I fuck with was like probably Jagged Edge.
Damn.
Dog, that song On the Hotline. When I heard that, I was like, yeah, I'm not never listening to these dudes again.
I'm gonna tell y'all.
As soon as he said On the Hotline, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
But I knew Pretty Ricky was probably going to win because they had more adult type songs.
Yeah, B2K was younger when they came out too.
But wasn't Pretty Ricky brought out as a teen group as well? Even though On the Hotline was
really
freakier than a motherfucker.
Yeah, not really. They weren't brought out as a teen group.
Yeah,
It
was college kids. Like, that's how. So, in college, because this is when Pretty Ricky was in their prime, and their music got me plenty.
So wait. Are you hold on, because I got questions now. Are you openly admitting to listening to a Pretty Ricky album in totality? Is that what you're saying to us right now? Wait. Hold on, because you're going to insert your soliloquy.
No, I'm not going to insert no soliloquy. I'm going to say I have never listened to a Pretty Ricky album in totality, but I had playlists that had 5 to 7 Pretty Ricky songs on it.
So that's half the album, so you knew exactly which songs to play off the album.
Yeah, seven songs is
exactly.
I didn't curate the playlist myself.
Man, ain't nobody try to hit none of that stuff.
If he said 3, I'd be like, all right. He said 7. I was like, oh, you vested.
5.
It's also safe to say she ain't nobody watching this. She ain't watching the podcast. It's safe to say that.
Hey, hold on. But
because you looked in the other room,
for him to get to that 7, though, he had to listen to them other songs too.
You knew exactly which ones to carefully curate.
No, this ain't it.
I put the songs that I had heard or that some chick was like,
and it just happened to be 7 songs from the album.
7 is crazy.
Wait. So hold on.
Wait. Was they from the same album?
I don't know.
But get out of it.
All right.
You're wrong now.
All I know is it was Grind on Me. It was the one that She Working That Thing. That one. Yeah, it was.
Keep going.
Unreleased Pretty Ricky songs.
I heard them. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and be ashamed of being a Pretty Ricky fan.
You were the only person. Let me find out. Easy was the only person that listened to a Pretty Ricky mixtape.
Listen,
if it wasn't on the radio, I ain't here.
I'm not finna sit up
Facts.
in front like I wasn't rocking with Pretty Ricky back in the day. Cause them when them boys songs came on and you was in the party, in the house party, college days, man, listen. Let Grind on Me hit.
I feel like you was too old to be in the parties that they was playing Pretty Ricky at. I'm just saying.
This was when I was in college. I'm 19, 20.
You definitely wasn't 1920.
I definitely was 1920.
You was not 1920, son.
I was in college. When Grind on Me
You having
came
the Mandela effect with Pretty Ricky right now.
Facts.
Because
I was in college. I don't know how old this nigga think I am, but I ain't 50.
Me and you about the same exact age, son.
Right.
Bruh. I was
so when was you in college? What was your college days?
2003 to 2007.
And their first album dropped in 2005.
Hold on, wait. Why you went to college so long?
Nigga, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
So, Pretty Ricky album first came out in 2005.
Yeah. I was in college.
You was too old to be listening to them songs.
Nigga.
No, it's not.
His environment, he was still in the environment where it was okay.
I was
He was a predator on the college campus.
I was 21.
He's like, hey, little girl, have you heard of Pretty Ricky? You ever?
Nigga, I was 21. I was 21.
And older though. You was 21 and older.
I was 21. And when On the Hotline hit, I was
I'm mad that you keep naming these songs.
I know he done named like 17 of them by now.
Listen, it's not like Smash still in the Ray
Which
J
album
CD.
was it on?
Okay. It's
Which
not
album
like
was
Smash
Hotline
still in
on?
Ray J CD. I don't know. I don't even know the names of their albums.
You're fraudulent for real tonight, son.
I'm dead ass. I could not tell you the name of a Pretty Ricky album. I just songs.
But you can tell us the name of a few more songs.
You can't tell us while we live on this podcast. I get you. I'm with you, son.
I can't tell you.
I'm with you, son.
I can't tell you at all. I could Google the shit right now.
I'm with you, my guy. I got your back, son. Pause. I'm with you.
Dumb. But I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. And you know what?
Clearly.
Fuck it. Okay? No regrets. We already talked about this.
You said it. You said it. Roger that. Freddie.
How do you segue to that?
I want to so bad, but I can't. Low key, I ain't gonna lie.
Grinding in the mirror to himself.
This nigga really tried to tell us.
I had to practice.
This nigga really tried to convince us that he picked the 7 perfect songs from the album to play.
I didn't say
the whole album. That's half an album, nigga.
So first of all, I don't know if all the songs are from the same album. I just picked songs that I heard at parties, or chicks was like,
"Okay,
this song."
Wait. So you
first
picked
of all,
7 songs
you had a
in
sorority?
2005.
No, it wasn't a sorority.
Hold on. He got buns from 7 songs in 2005 when they first album dropped, but they probably wasn't from the same album. Whatever, son.
I didn't say that. They dropped more than
the
one
reason. The reason I asked if it was a sorority was because that's the only place they're gonna be playing the whole Pretty Ricky album.
No, we was at the basement parties, and they would be 5 hours long and shit.
I'm mad at you. Please segue out of here.
Yo,
Please segue.
his fraudulence is amazing right now, son. It's not even. It's the audacity that you just gonna stand on this shit, son.
Yeah.
If Smash can stand on Still in a Ray J CD, I'm standing on listening to Pretty Ricky when I was in college.
Oh man,
I will. Matter of fact, when we done with the show tonight, I'm gonna go and watch the verses and reminisce.
You have fun, my guy.
Freddie. Your nipples.
Easy just let us know he'd be excited about all the wrong kind of shit. Work, Pretty Ricky verses. Like, okay. He the 1%.
We no longer have to wonder why he's in Colorado. We fully understand.
We get it.
Right.
We get it.
Oh God.
Oh shit. All right, Freddie.
What's the question? What the fuck?
He said 7.
Yo,
7.
Yo.
That's literally like 3 songs away from the whole
My
album.
nigga,
You add an
this
intro or outro, that's it.
He did a whole EP.
Bro,
Yeah.
the same way Smash get grinded up for that fucking Ray J story, you gonna get grinded up forever.
Oh
For this
man.
shit, son. I just want you to know this now.
so
It's happening.
And
I
he
don't-
just looked it
All right,
up. He
nah,
found his
son.
whole playlist.
Nah, we done, son. We done. Freddie.
no, listen, hold
Nah,
on.
son, let it go.
I gotta correct y'all. Hold on, I gotta
man.
correct y'all because I know for sure they wasn't all from the same album because the first album dropped in 2005 and Grind on Me was on the first album. On the Hotline was on the second album. So that's what I'm.
But you started off saying that you made this mixtape when the album first
college.
came out.
I did not say that. I
He
said
was
I
getting
had,
buns in college, and college was like 1999 to 2010.
First of all, you
nigga,
tried
for
to
you.
convince us it was 2003. So everything you say is fraudulent.
I said I was in college from 2003 to 2007. Pretty
Mhm.
Ricky came out while I was in college. We was
Mhm.
playing Pretty Ricky at the house parties.
Okay. We
Nigga,
with you, man. So Freddie.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed.
If your younger self saw your life today, what would they be most confused about?
I don't know. That's a good question. What would my younger self be confused about?
Let's
I
come
don't
back.
know.
Easy?
Yeah, come back to me.
My younger self would be confused about why am I sitting on this podcast letting you niggas judge me?
Oh god. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Oh man.
But no, real shit though. I think like when you say younger, like, or are you talking like teenage, 20s?
It's up to you. It's up to you. It could be 20s versions of you, 30s versions of you.
Last week's version.
Yeah.
I would say the 15-year-old version of me will be confused as to why I don't have a Grammy. Because that kid, that was like the lifeblood. It was music. I would say the early 20s version of me would be confused as to honestly why I'm in Colorado. Like,
I mean, 40-year-old version of me is confused why you're there too, but I'm with you.
It's what's understood don't gotta be explained. You would love it here. But I'm telling you, you would love it here. All three of y'all would love it here. But anyway, but what I mean by that is at that time, I was locked into Virginia. That was like home. I'd made my mind up. That's where I was gonna stay. But life circumstances change, and you make moves because you have to sometimes. But I think like a 23, 24-year-old version of me was like, I love Virginia so much. This is home. I'm locked in. I'm buying a house. I'm making a life here. But that's not how it worked out.
I got you. Heck.
Say the question again.
What's something that basically a younger version of you will be confused about if they saw your life right now?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, because my younger self saw me doing whatever I was doing now. Fuck. I always thought I'd have a Bentley by this age.
A Bentley?
Yeah, I thought I'd be like semi-rich. But I guess I am rich because I've lived a full life. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, man, I lived many different lives. I've done a lot of things in my little short stint on this earth. So, pretty content.
Mhm.
Just waiting for this beach
Just do.
and pina coladas surrounded by
Fred,
hoes.
Fred,
I guess coming back to me, um, why is this journey of like comedy and stuff delayed? I guess you know. Well, I don't know.
Do you
Shit.
feel it's
That's only
delayed or you feel like everything's happening when it's supposed to?
no for me. It feels like it's happening when it's supposed to. But my younger self could have was like, you could have been doing this before. You drag my kids somewhere. I don't
Mm,
know. You asked me the question,
gotcha.
nigga. That's all I got
Gotcha.
for you.
do you feel the pressure of keeping up or reinventing or changing things, being as though you are 40 and you watching like how social media is going when it comes to comedy and all that?
Like reinventing myself. So, in what way? Like
That's
stand
up
up
to you.
comedy being relevant,
That's up to you. I mean,
or just personally?
I see a lot of stand-up comedians who have been in the game for a long time. They are taking to social media and starting to do a lot of things. I see a lot of them turning to podcasts now.
Oh
I see a
yeah.
lot of them turning to rapping now. So it's like, they've been in the game forever. So now it's like, all right, what can I do differently? So to me, it's a reinvention when I see like, damn, I forget the dude name, man. He doing
Di.
this podcast where what is it called?
Young Cole?
Yeah, funny to meet you. Yeah, like and
Yeah.
and I think honestly, I actually kind of like his podcast because he interviews like other comedians, but he don't interview them necessarily about comedy. Per
Comedy, real
They
But
life.
just sitting around having a conversation.
yeah,
So
so I
for
think it's
me,
kind of dope that to see him kind of like, all right, this is where things are going. Let me figure out my niche in that realm, if you will.
so for me, I'm about to be 5 years in the game, so um, I'm I'm not in it as long as, people been in it for 10, 15, 20 years where I have to reinvent myself just yet. For me, my purpose and my goal is to be as multi-talented as possible. So that's why you see me out here hosting and DJing and MCing events rather than just being solely a comedian, so that people know me in a different avenue and different light, so I can then be versatile and, oh, I could do a voiceover, I could do something else. So I'm not just strictly only a comedian, because stand up comedy don't pay shit. You're not going to do anything really fully with that until you take off on a different platform, possibly. And then you get the pull from everybody. But if you talk to veteran comedians, they'll tell you like stand up comedy doesn't pay. You have to diversify what you do as an entertainer. So, you know, reinventing myself, I don't think so. That would be more so like personality wise and branding for me. I just for me personally, I want to do it all anyway, so it don't matter.
You feel like your
'Cause,
personality fits where you at right now?
yeah, I'm good.
Meaning,
I just felt
I
like
don't
you
know what
sitting on
you mean.
someone's couch right now getting some therapy. You know?
Yeah, I don't know what you. I mean, I don't know what my
I don't
personality
know.
is
I'm just
good.
Yeah.
asking a question. Like you,
I
some
know.
people, even when it comes to rapping, a lot of people feel like they have to be a different personality. Some people feel like they have to wear
No,
multiple personalities. Like,
we'll see.
like I can speak for myself, right? I don't. I feel like the same person I am in the podcast, the same person I am with my wife, is the same person that I am when I'm at work. Whereas though some people would literally say that's three different people for them because they have to change themselves depending on which environment they in.
Here's the
So
thing.
you,
I don't. I don't necessarily change myself. Um, but different environments cause for or draw different things. So I'm not going to go into a kid's environment and be like my damn self, like, hey, you motherfucking little kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that if I'm hired for a specific experience. Um, and I am the same person and same personality regardless of what I do, I can't contain my personality. Honestly, I can't turn this shit off. So I can't mask it. There's a professional version when I go to work, and then there's a different type of professionalism, I guess, depending on each environment. But I am through and through the same person because I'm gonna have the same thoughts. The same is going to come out. The same type of reactions are going to come out. It might be filtered depending on the environment, though. You know what I mean? It's going to be catered to that environment. Like for real, I DJ'd and MC. I've been busy as fuck all week, so I'm tired. I DJ'd and MC'd a raffle. This is the white man's raffle. They was raffling tickets for a chance to purchase bourbon, right? So they was all
Wait, not bottles of bourbon, to purchase the bourbon.
Yeah, that's what
That's
she said.
crazy. It's the picture for me.
Yeah, that's a good like.
Yo, every time, whenever she frees, it's always like an amazing.
Your mouth open.
Did you get a screenshot of this shit though? Because that's an avatar. That's an avatar.
Yo, it's like every time her shit go crazy like that, it's the same thing. That is
You gotta use this image for something.
Yeah, that's. All right.
Never mind. Have her come in the screen like that.
Yeah, on the intro.
Leave Fred alone. She ain't do nothing to y'all. She ain't did nothing. All right, we about to get ready to wrap this up. I think this was definitely an interesting conversation, if you will. I don't know. I think people don't think about how much they got to change or reinvent or switch things up until they realize how much they changing and switching things up, if you will. And a lot of times, once you hit that 40 mark, you changing more than you think and don't even realize it. Like you adapting like crazy, but you just in your mind, you like, I ain't doing nothing different. Like hell, you ain't.
No, you got to look back and reflect and see the changes that you have made over time. And I think a lot of people try to look at their lives as a linear thing. And it's not a linear timeline. It's a circular timeline because you're coming back through the same situations and processes in life, but those experiences that you have make you handle and think about things and problem solve things differently.
How you dress change, the way you is with money change, the way you is with your kids change. Hell, not having kids, having grown adults in your house, like all of that changes. That changes you, regardless of how you want to look at it.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But all right, y'all already know what it is, man. When we getting out of here, my man got to do his voguing for a second, so we gonna do what we do. Amen.
All right. So before we get out of here, I got to address something that completely changed how I look at my co-host. We just found out my co-host we sat down and listened to an entire Pretty Ricky album. He's going to say he did it, but not only one, but probably multiple, right? He's just giving us the cliff notes right now. And it's okay. Easy, I want to let you know this is a safe space, okay? You can listen to as much Pretty Ricky as you want.
We don't lie on your home.
All right.
Don't lie on this show. Ain't nothing safe about this motherfucker.
But not only a song, just he said it's a playlist, so we'll let him slide. But 7 songs is crazy for a Pretty Ricky. As a
it's 2 hours
straight heterosexual male.
Listen,
but it got me thinking about getting older. When I look at myself in my 40s versus my younger self, I don't see the same person. The younger version of me thought he knew everything. He had confidence, but a lot of the confidence comes from not knowing what he didn't know yet. Now I'm in my 40s, I move differently. I think differently. I value my peace differently. I don't think getting older automatically makes you wiser. I think life gives you opportunities to become wiser, but you got to choose to learn from them. That leads me to accountability. Do I think men in their 40s can hold themselves accountable? Absolutely. In fact, I think they have to. At some point, you can't keep blaming your parents, your exes, your upbringing, the economy, your friends, or society for every decision that you made, whether right or wrong. Accountability is looking in the mirror and saying, this is where I am, and whether I like it or not, my choices help get me here. That's not always easy to say. Accountability is uncomfortable. It forces you to admit you are wrong. It forces you to change habits that have become part of your identity. But if you can't hold yourself accountable in your 40s, exactly do you expect to hold yourself accountable? For me, evolution is everything. I never want to be the same person I was 5 years ago. If my mindset, my goals, my relationships, my understanding of life hasn't changed, then I'm standing still. Growth isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming better. It's about recognizing when a version of yourself has reached its limit and having the courage to evolve into something new. Some people aren't afraid of change because they think it means admitting they were wrong before. I don't see it that way. I think growth means you're willing to learn. And honestly, I don't think I'm better in my 40s than I was in my 30s. Well, I do. I do think I am. Uh, Not because I make more money, not because I've accomplished more. I'm better because I understand myself better. I know what I deserve. I know what energy I accept and what I don't. I know who deserves access to me and who doesn't. Let me say that again. I know who deserves access to me and
Pause.
who doesn't. I know that peace is more valuable than attention, and purpose is more valuable than validation. The younger me chased everything. The older me chooses carefully. So I'll leave everyone with this question. If your younger self met you today, would they be proud of who you've become? And if the answer is no, what are you going to do about it? And on that note, we're out of here. Thank and appreciate everyone for tuning in to this episode of Enlightened Idiots, where we're here every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, if you leave comments, we will try to respond to them in a timely manner. If you have any show ideas and you want to, quote, produce your episode, just leave it in the comments. Reach out to us on all our social media and hit us up. You know, at this point, you could tell we're kind of running out of ideas. Not really, but it sounds good. So if you have your own ideas, drop that in the comments and let us know so we could, produce something that y'all want us to talk about, whether it's serious topics, not serious topics, because even if it's a serious topic, we're going to end up making it not serious. So either which way, it's going to just be what we want it to be. But your voice matters. Go ahead and leave that stuff in the comment. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on the YouTube channel so any episode that you miss live, you're able to go and watch it later on at your own convenience. And with that one, we are out of here.